Okay, so in this we're going to go over a system of equations with two quadratics. So we should just go over the possible types of solutions. Now, let's just we have a quadratic like this. This is my y and x. And the other one goes like this. So in this case, we can see that there is no solution. Now, another possibility is that I have a parabola like this, or a quadratic, and another one, and it just touches it right here. So there's one solution. Now, there's another possibility, and that's the parabola here, and the other parabola goes like this. And we have two solutions. So those are the three types that you can have. You can either have no solutions, one solution, or two solutions for a quadratic system. So let's go over a possible system. So I've written this down here, so I'm just going to copy it. Minus y equals -35. And this is 2x squared minus 8x minus y equals -11. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to move these numbers to the other side. So now I have, this one's going to be 2x squared minus 16x minus y plus 35 equals 0. And this one will be 2x squared minus 8x minus y plus 11 equals 0. And now because this equals 0 and this one equals 0, they must equal them the same. So that's 2x squared minus 16x minus y plus 35 equals, and it's going to equal this, which is 2x squared minus 8x minus y plus 11. So now what we're going to do is just move everything to one side. So if I move all of this over here, that's a minus 2x, a plus 8x, a plus y, and a minus 11. So that's minus 2x squared, so I left the square out, plus 8x plus y minus 11. So that's 0. This is going to be minus 8x. That's going to disappear. And then this becomes plus 24. That equals 0. So now if I solve for x, I find that x equals 3. So now I have a point, or the beginning of a point, but it's only one possible solution for these two. Okay, so we've gone to this point where they just kind of glance at each other. Now, if I want to find the y output, I go back to one of my equations, and I substitute this in. So I'm going to go back to this one, call this equation 1, and this equation 2. So if I go to equation 1, I substitute this in, that's going to be 2 bracket 3 squared minus 16 bracket 3 minus y equals -35. So I solve for y. So I move the y over and the 35 over. This is 9 times 2, and that's going to be 18. And this is going to be minus 48. And then I'm going to add 35. So now this is 18 minus 48 is -30 plus 35. That tells me that y equals 5. Okay, so the point that I've just found is 3 comma 5. So now I want to check if that's actually a solution. So I go up and over here and I substitute into the equation 2. So I check on equation 2 because I use 1 to find it. So then I go 2 bracket 3 squared minus 8 bracket 3 minus, and now y is 5, and that is supposed to equal -11. So now I have 9, or 2 times 9, which is 18, minus 3 times 8 is 24, minus 5 equals -11. So that's minus 6 minus 5 equals minus 11. Forgot a 1. And that is true. Okay, so we know that the point does actually work. So now why don't we try and graph this? So I'm going to rewrite the equations out here. and I'm going to write them. So 2x squared minus 16x minus y equals negative 35, and that's equation 1. And equation 2 is 2x squared minus 8x minus y equals minus 11. So now I'm going to actually solve for y, and then I'm also going to square them, or not square them, complete the square. So I'm going to say this is y equals 2x squared minus 16x plus 35. And this one is y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 11. So if I take 1 and I complete the square on it, I get y equals, so if you need review on this, just go watch a video on that. I've made some myself. And this is plus. So that's our one equation, and then the other one is 2, and that's going to be y equals, okay, so now we have it in vertex form, equation 1 and equation 2. So we're going to graph them. So what we see, this is y and x. Let's go up, sorry. And what I have here is this is 2, this is 4. My point of intersection was at 3, 5. So at 3, halfway here, 3, and I'll put, this is 5. So right here, that's where the intersection is. Now this one has a vertex at 2, 3. So that's the vertex of one of them. And it goes like this. It has to go through that point and up. And it's symmetrical. So I'm just going to kind of go like this. That's maybe not perfectly symmetrical, but that's fine. And the other one has a vertex. This vertex was 2, 3. This one has a vertex here at 4, 3. And it has to go through this point of intersection. And then it goes up like this. So this one here, this is equation 1, and this is equation 2. So equation 1, equation 2, this is the solution. And that is how you graph quadratic system of equations and how you solve it algebraically as well. This is an algebraic method and a graphing method.